Hi, this is Katie and my channel is View from the Middle. I wanted to go over 3 different terms that I keep hearing in the news and in the different newsletters that I subscribe to. And those terms are a soft landing, strong labor market, and inflation is coming down. I want to talk about first the strong labor market. So the labor market now, the unemployment rate has been reported at a 3.4, which is the lowest it's been since 1969. It was sitting at a 3.5 and was forecasted to be higher at a 3.6. So I was shocked because so many things that I'm reading and seeing is just layoffs, layoffs, layoffs. Now, the layoffs that if you look at it, you start to notice a trend with the layoffs, and it's basically their higher paying positions, American jobs. And I would say a lot of these jobs are probably people that went to school for degrees, meaning that they could potentially be carrying debt. But you're looking at like Twitter, Microsoft, Salesforce, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Amazon even did layoffs for everybody, but a lot of the jobs that were cut were actually corporate jobs. You even have FedEx; they did tons of layoffs, and those layoffs affected primarily their HR and director type positions. So all white collar, which means those are higher income level jobs. So what does that look like for the jobs that are available? And what I was curious was I went ahead and I went to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, and I looked up like occupational job like growth, where are we going and where are the opportunities going to be for employment. And the top 20 occupations projected from 2021 to 2031, out of those 20 jobs, 12 of them paid $50,000 or less. So more than half of them basically didn't make over $50,000. 11 of those 20 actually paid 40,000 or less, and 8 of those occupations that we're going to see growth in up until 2031 paid under 30,000. What type of jobs are we looking like that are going to be primarily becoming available? Is going to be like fast food, restaurant cooks, home health aides, medical supervisors, drivers for light and heavy, tractors, maids, house cleaners, waiters, waitresses, supervisors for fast food preparation and serving, stockers, and laborers. So you can kind of see the trend. They're definitely they're going to be pretty labor extensive on average with not a lot of money moving forward. So I guess for me, that strong labor market, it just kind of hits me at a nerve because there is jobs available, but are they jobs that you can survive on? I guess if you don't have kids and you have tons of roommates, you could make it work, but it doesn't help the economy stay stronger, and it's very, very discouraging for the average worker. Now, the other term that keeps coming up is that inflation. Inflation is down, and yes, inflation is down. It's down from, it was at a 6.7, it's down to 6.5. I wanted to kind of give you my firsthand experience with how inflation is affecting me. Now, I did receive a raise in 2022, and my raise gave me a 4.5% increase, giving me about $300 more a month, right? Now, keep in mind, inflation is down and it's at 6.5. So I'm still below that line, but how does that impact me monthly? I wanted to kind of give you an idea. So for those of you that are struggling and not understanding why you're not getting ahead and you're only getting further and further behind, this is just a snapshot of one person and what I'm experiencing personally. So my mortgage went up $190 because of property tax. My insurance on the house actually went up too, but we were able to negotiate that down. Otherwise, we would have been looking at a potential of almost $400 more a month with insurance going up, homeowners insurance going up, and property tax. We negotiated it down by going with a reduced policy. Our cell phones went up $35. Our car insurance went up $42, and our groceries on average went up per month about $733. Now, my wife uses the Fetch app, so we kind of ran our numbers off of that. There could have been some receipts missed, but still, that's a pretty substantial amount and a kind of, again, a running average. So where did that leave me out? So just those buckets, and that's not even all the buckets that we pay for as Americans, but just those primary buckets left me with basically a net negative of $700 a month. So even with that increase, my total bills on just this page, this doesn't include all the other expenses like gas. I mean, that would just be a whole nother can of worms. But just with these buckets alone, my increase was $300, so my bills were negative, going out was $1,000. I had $1,000 more going out just in those buckets, and my increase was only $300. So I'm net negative $700 for the month. So, and I'm sure it's a lot more than that, but I wanted to give you an idea of why you're not getting ahead. So even if you are getting raises, it doesn't, I mean, I guess it gives you a little traction. I'd be net negative $1,000 instead of $700, but you're clearly going to continue to get further and further and further behind. So when I hear that saying soft landing for who?